Hey guys, thank you for joining me today as I read from Marosa di Giorgio's I Remember Nightfall. This was just released by Ugly Duckling Press, a press that I've loved and supported for as long as I've been a writer, and I'm lucky and grateful that they sent me a copy of this beautiful new book. It's a full collection of all of her works, including The History of Violets, Magnolia, The War of the Orchids, and The Native Garden is in Flames. I have been a huge fan of Marosa di Giorgio for a long time, and I'd love to read a few of my favorite pieces to you. I'm going to be reading them in the English because although I speak and read some Spanish, I don't think I should put you through that. I also wanted to say that I am grateful for the works of translators like Janine Marie Pitas, who translated this. They sometimes do the unsung work, and it is important to know that they, are critical to broadening our horizons as readers and as writers. So thank you. I'm going to start with a poem on page 77, and it's actually the poem that I have tattooed on my arm. It's from The History of Violets. I remember the white creased cabbages, white roses of the earth, of the gardens, cabbages of marble, of most delicate porcelain, cabbages holding their children inside, and the tall blue chards, and the tomato kidney of rubies, and the onions wrapped in silky paper, rolling paper, like bombs of sugar, salt, alcohol, and the gnome asparagus turrets of the kingdom of the gnomes. I remember the potatoes, and the tulip we always planted among them, and the snakes with their long orange wings, and the tobacco of fireflies who smoked without ceasing. I remember eternity. I absolutely love it. I think her writing is incredibly well crafted and spiritual and natural. And I think there's something here for everyone, no matter what kind of poetry you like. Page 73. Because I happen to remember it all, the old house, my father's horse, the mushroom that sprang up alongside the house, it too a living creature, God's will. The taste it had, the other dwelling off in the heights, the endless talk between my mother and the relatives, my school, my teacher, the little path of pearly chards, red, pink, blue, the return from school each evening, the overhead train of stars, the dust of the stars, my first wedding, when my grandmother was the high priest, so faithful. The organdy apron I wore then, my crown of tiny cakes. The birds. Teru-terus, a flock of tears. Page 293. Oh, the foxes, how beautiful. I plead for them. May no one pierce their hearts with bullets, nor burn nor cut their sweet skin. May their words, slightly macabre, blossom in the night, their barking that froze our hearts, my sisters and mine, when we were children in the house of eucalyptus trees, that they'd go on with their tricks, their rough roads, their nightly exploits. Sometimes, in the shadows, I leave something for them to steal. As if I could. As if I didn't already live on another planet. So much good here. And one more. Page 241. I relive those nights in the farmhouse. We left the house on tiptoe, close to the trees where the birds sleep. The white hens, the pink ducks, alongside the medlars, the ash trees, faster and faster, passing by the pine trees with their bitter pine cones until we reached that little hill between the trees. Then, the neighbors came out, dark and silent. A little film is played once again. We put on a show in which my mother is always the leading lady, with her blonde wig and silver mask, while I am destiny incarnate, death. I might appear from anywhere, a hole in the ground, a branch filled with apples. The moon floats by, white as an almond. The moon floats by, yellow and fragrant. Loaded with medlars, melon seeds in the distance, the horses burst out laughing among themselves. Horses white as the moon, or red horses that wake up suddenly, set off galloping, eat their meal of mushrooms and sprigs. And my mother and I move with utmost reverence, walking down the rugged orchard paths over the starry dew, on tiptoe, alongside the trees loaded with birds. And my grandmother, from within her dreams, asked the same old question. Did the play go well? And we say yes, yes it did. Then the closets are shut, the candelabra is put away, and I go to bed and immediately fall asleep. And I always dream the same thing. That there, we're putting on the play once again, and I am fate incarnate. So please do check out I Remember Nightfall by Marosa di Giorgio and support Ugly Duckling Press and all the independent presses that put out incredible work, serving poetry and prose by writers that we might not be treated to here in the United States. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again at our next reading. Bye!